Now, Minecraft is a game with seemingly endless possibilities, right? You have a pretty much infinite world all around you to go explore. You can gather up the tons of blocks that the world has to offer. You can go mining underground, find diamonds, enchant your tools, a whole bunch of things that you can do in this game. But how much would that list be limited if the ground disappeared? This is Skyblock, and of course I'm going to be playing on hardcore just to make it more interesting. You have a limited number of resources that you can go ahead and gather, and in order to gather more resources, in some cases you have to be rather creative. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get started. Welcome to the first episode of Hardcore Skyblock, and also welcome to the very first time I have ever played Skyblock. Let's go. We got a seed. Alright, that's massive. We can eat, hopefully. But yeah, I've never played Skyblock before, so there's a very good chance, and of course it's raining, but there's a very good chance I mess something up big time. Hopefully it's not like series ending big time, you know, like hopefully I don't completely make myself not able to get a certain resource. I will certainly do my best, and also, I would greatly appreciate it if you could potentially leave some tips down in the comment section down below, because I will definitely need pretty much all of them. But in this chest here, we have a couple things to get started. We got some ice, we got a lava bucket so we can make some cobblestone. We got a piece of sugarcane, a sea pickle, and some glowberries. Now, I gotta be honest, don't really know what the sea pickle and glowberries are for. Unless they're just light sources, I really don't know. Maybe they're used for something else. But let's definitely set up a cobblestone generator. And I also want to try to get a lot of this dirt. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut away a couple of these pieces of dirt, and then we can go ahead and set up the generator probably right here. Now, I believe that should work, right? This should make cobblestone? All right, perfect. That also means we need some of this wood. All right, I'm just going to risk it. Give me this piece of wood, please. Oh, thank you. We got the piece of wood. I also definitely need to be careful not to mine this entire tree, because I don't want the saplings falling into the void. Now, that might be the last piece of wood, so I'm going to leave that there. And we will use these 4 pieces of logs to make ourselves a crafting table, along with a pickaxe. And now the grind begins. Let's get some cobblestone. Oh, is that going to be a problem? That might end up being a problem. Let me get rid of this piece of dirt, and I can get right here, hopefully, and collect it better. Yeah, I think this is a little bit better. Okay, so I'm pretty much going to use this entire wood pickaxe. I will leave 1 durability on it because I do want to keep this thing. I always like keeping my first pickaxe. I like putting it in an item frame in my house. I don't know, it's just like something special to me. And also, this needs to stop burning. I wonder if I can put a slab above the lava and if that'll help at all. But I'm just going to sit here for a little while and mine away, and then we can make this platform a little bit bigger. So before I use all of this cobblestone to make slabs, let's be sure to make a stone pickaxe. And let's make the rest into slabs for now, because I'm probably just going to grind out some cobblestone for a little while here in a second. But we can begin extending this platform. I still want to get all of this dirt, at least as much as I can. Also, don't mind that lava flowing down. I don't know how long that's going to be there for. But when I move the water source block back 1, in order to make the lava flow 1 more block, you know, to the right here, some of the lava dripped off to the side. I really wonder if that's going to be there forever, or if it'll eventually go away. But let's also be sure to make this whole platform at a half slab level so nothing can spawn. And we are approaching the extent of my Skyblock knowledge. So we're going to do a risky maneuver down here. I want to put slabs beneath this island so we can harvest all of the dirt. We also got our first stack of dirt. We are rich. So I'm pretty sure I got all of the dirt mined, except for this piece right here. I feel like it's probably wise to save a piece of grass. I guess I could just spread it from one of the other biomes over here, but that would take a really long time. So I'm going to leave this here on like the central island, so we can spread grass to some other islands a little bit more, you know, easily. So now that all the dirt's gone on the island, let's continue mining cobblestone to make this place a little bit bigger. So while I'm sitting here mining cobblestone, I'm going to make a little farming area. And honestly, I might have to look something up in the middle of this episode because I don't really know how to get a second water bucket. Unless like one of these other biomes has a water source in there somewhere. So what we're going to do just for now is I'm going to use a little bit of the dirt that we have, and we're going to make a very, very small starter farm over here. We only have 3 seeds. So this is more than enough for now, but that'll grow while we are harvesting cobblestone, so we have a food source. It'll take forever to grow, but at least we have one. And that actually reminds me, let me outline the 3 goals I have for this first episode. So the first goal is I want to make some kind of mob farm. I don't want it to be like a huge extravagant mob farm, just very starter friendly. Because obviously, mobs drop a bunch of really important things for Skyblock. After that then, I want to have a nice renewable food source. Nothing crazy, but just something that keeps me alive for a while. We kind of already started on that goal with the very small, patch of wheat we have next to us. But I would like to get something a little bit bigger. Maybe we could kill a zombie and get a potato. That would be pretty big. Or some carrots or something like that. And then the final goal, pretty much like the first episode of every Minecraft series, I want to make a starter house. And I'll probably make it on this central island. I have a vague idea of what I want this entire, compound to look like, and it all begins with the central island, so we can work on that today. But a lot of the early game in Skyblock is just mining cobblestone, so let me continue doing this. We can make this platform a little bit bigger, and we can hopefully get some saplings. We got a sapling! Let's go. We at least have one more tree that we can plant on this main island. So sadly, we only got one sapling. A little bit unfortunate, but hopefully we get more than one from this tree. And I guess while we wait for stuff to grow, might as well mine more cobblestone. It's about to turn night again, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go out this way a whole bunch of blocks, and we're going to make a platform that mobs can spawn on. I want to make it far enough away from me that none of the mobs will actually attack me and kill me, because that would really suck. Mainly skeletons, because if the skeletons can shoot me, I'm probably dead. This is very much going to be just a temporary platform, but I just want mobs to spawn here so they can burn in the daylight, and then we can get some easy drops that way without actually having to confront any of them. So it looks light out right now, but I have a gamma mod on, making it so my brightness is 1000%. This is what it actually looks like right now, so definitely dark enough for things to spawn over there. I'm hoping I'm not too close to that area, but we'll check it out in a second. And speaking of light, I think I'm actually just gonna put the sea pickle right here, because if anything, it gives off a little bit of light. And things are spawning over there. Super nice to see. The skeleton is not targeting me, he's not trying to shoot me. So we should be vibing over here. After a night of having that platform there, I realized that I really wasn't getting that many drops. A lot of the mobs were just despawning throughout the night anyway, and it really was not going to be an effective way of getting drops early game. After realizing that, my next plan was just to make a very basic looking mob farm on that platform. So I kind of just kept going through the cycle of mining a whole bunch of cobblestone until my trees grew, cutting down the trees, replanting those trees, and then mining more cobblestone. It's a very tedious cycle early game in Skyblock, but what else are you gonna do when you don't really have any blocks? And I gotta be honest, I had just finished watching Not Brock's first Skyblock episode, and he built a very similar looking mob farm to this, so that's kind of where I got this idea. But when I was just about finishing up the mob farm, we hit a milestone in this world, and I think we can finally eat, boys. Oh my god, Shram is starving. And we have so many more crops planted now. Oh my god. We have one piece of bread. This is the best piece of bread I have ever eaten. Now the mob farm is not completely covered, but at least at nighttime, the mobs should still spawn on the inside. This will be a good test to see if it even works. Ah, that's gonna be a problem. I did not spawn proof the top. But a spider did spawn back there. 2 spiders did. And a skeleton. So I think it's kind of working. I just did not spawn proof the top, so that skeleton's definitely going to kill me. So we might have another night of waiting this out, but that's fine. Once I finished the mob farm, it was pretty much just a waiting game at that point. I needed spiders to spawn so I can get enough string to make a bed. So for the next couple of days, all I really did was mine cobblestone, harvest wood, kill some phantoms because they started to spawn. The phantoms were super annoying, by the way, nearly got me on a couple occasions. All while checking on the mob farm every so often, going in and clearing it out, hoping to get either some spider drops or just something else interesting. Then eventually I got kind of bored of doing all the grind stuff, so I decided to make a giant circle for my main platform. I also potentially thought it would be a good idea to make a dirt platform and extend some grass over there, so I could get some sheep to spawn to kind of speed up my wool process. But that didn't really amount to anything. I figured I should just point out why there is just a dirt platform next to my base now. I repeated the resource gathering grind until I figured out how to do something that would be very, very important for the rest of the series. I have also found out how I can make an unlimited water source with only one bucket of water. So all you have to do is set up like a cross-like shape here, where the middle block is one block higher than the rest of the blocks. And if you take some bone meal, and you bone meal everything underneath, and then get rid of all of the seagrass and stuff, this should be an unlimited water source. Oh, the skeleton dropped a bow. That's really useful. I'm also going to repurpose this area over here, because this grass is taking way too long to spread. So instead, we're just going to make this into farmland. I think today I'm finally going to bridge over to one of these other islands. We will be heading off to the Spruce Island, because spruce is my favorite type of wood. And of course, I want to use a lot of it in my starter house. We have a bunch of stacks of cobblestone slabs. I hope that's enough to make it all the way over there. But hopefully my pinky is strong enough, and we can actually make it to the island without dying. Alright, we successfully made it. That is incredibly sketchy to do. But speaking of being very sketchy, let me get underneath here, and let's place down some slabs so I can try to get all of this dirt. I just realized that I forgot to get the snow. I only have one snowball. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. It is a taiga over here, though. So I think I can get snow later if I just put down more grass over in this area. So I think if we need snow in the future, I'll be fine. Last thing to do then over here is just to harvest this spruce tree, but I want to make sure the platform is big enough so I can catch any saplings that drop. And now I beg you, please give me at least one sapling. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do if it doesn't give me one. Oh, it dropped one. It definitely dropped one. I just saw that. Hold on. Yes, we got a spruce sapling. Okay, thank you. All right, well, we only got one sapling out of that, but it's fine. At least we got one. So let's go plant this tree back at the base, and hopefully we can get 4 saplings soon so we can grow some huge spruce trees. Oh, it's beautiful. We got our first giant spruce tree of the series. Let's go ahead and chop this whole thing down, and hopefully we get enough saplings again to plant another one. All right, that tree gave us a stack and a half of spruce logs. Definitely not bad. So we still need 4 pieces of string in order to make a bed. So what I'm going to do is just continue chopping down trees, gathering some cobblestone, just pretty much gathering all the materials I'm going to need for my starter house, while also every so often checking the mob farm to see if any spiders are in there. And I will let you guys know if anything interesting happens. I believe this is 2 string. Yes, so we finally have enough string to make a bed. It's taken me until day 11 to do this, and I have no idea if that's a really long time or not in terms of Skyblock, but I don't care. We finally have a bed. Let me go make it. Let's go, man. This feels so good to have a bed. And you know what? I'm gonna make it red. Poppies are incredibly easy to get because once I make an iron farm, I'll just have like an infinite number of them. So we can finally get rid of the phantoms. Oh my god, they've been so annoying to deal with. And I actually have a decent bit of materials gathered already, so we can probably make a really good start on the house. I've also not planned this house out at all. I figured I would just freestyle it and see what I can come up with. So there's a really good chance that I'll have to go back and gather more materials at some point, but I definitely think we can begin building here. Obviously, I'm very limited with the materials that I can use right now. I mean, I suppose I could go get like every other type of tree, but I don't really feel like doing that here in the first episode. So I'm going to use some combination of spruce, stone, and oak in this build, and hopefully we can get something that looks at least okay. But let me go ahead and plan this building out. And a quick distraction: for the first time in this series, we can sleep the night away. I'm so sorry to my character in the game. I'm sorry, little Yi dinosaur thing, that I haven't been able to sleep in the past 10 days. But you're powerful, my guy. All right, you're very strong. You did it. So I have a very rough sketch of the shape of the house. It's going to be like an L-shaped house here, but I think this left side is going to be 2 floors tall, whereas this right side will just be 1 floor. And I'm thinking right now, at least, the first floor is going to be out of like cobblestone, and we have some smooth stone in here. And I can make some of this into stone bricks even. So that'll be the first floor. It'll be a bunch of gray blocks. And then the second floor on the left side here is going to be out of probably oak. We'll have some kind of combination of oak planks and stripped oak logs. I think that'll probably look nice. And then as for the roof, we might just do something very simple and just use spruce. But let me continue building, and either I'll be back when I'm finished with the build, or whenever I run out of materials. We'll see what happens first. I've made a good bit of progress on the house, but I have run out of spruce wood, so I have to go chop down both of these massive trees. but you can kind of get the idea of the shape for this house. We should have enough space on the inside. There's not too much actual floor space on the first floor, but this little second floor up here should be more than enough space than we will need, at least for a good while. Obviously, there's still a whole bunch more I have to do to this house, so let me go ahead, chop down these 2 trees, and then we'll get back to building. So I believe the house is complete. I will show it off with shaders in just a moment. But before I do that, another momentous occasion in this world. We could finally sleep in a house. I think the bedroom will probably be back here. Let's place down the bed and let's take a nap. Like 3 or 4 hard days of work for little Yee dinosaur guy. Oh, I disappeared. Okay, I'm back. But little Yee dinosaur guy. Like 4 overnight shifts. Mans was going crazy. But let me load up some shaders and we can take a better look at this house. Shaders just make pretty much anything look a lot better. I can make a box house and it'll probably look nice with these shaders on. But I'm very content with how this house turned out. I really wish I had some lanterns. That would help out a ton. It would get rid of all the torches everywhere. But just for now, I'm just gonna, use some torches until I can get an iron farm going and we can get a whole bunch of lanterns. Actually, I probably won't even get the lanterns from the iron farm. I'll likely just have to trade for them at some point in the future. But regardless, let's stop talking about lanterns for a second. Yeah, this is our house. I think it's a nice, cozy starter house. Sadly, I couldn't do too much exterior decoration. I would typically like to add leaves everywhere. I would like to add some other, like, green blocks and stuff like that, but I really just don't have access to any right now. Obviously, I need iron in order to get the leaves to put around the house. I will do that, I'm sure, eventually, because leaves are like my favorite decorative block. But yeah, we were kind of inside just a second ago, but there's a decent amount of space in here. The first floor is a little crammed, but up here in the second floor, I actually have a good amount of space for some chests. And our bedroom. Oh, I forgot a trapdoor. Hold on, I have to do that before I forget because that's super important. All right, we got the trapdoor in. Let me also throw a few torches up here because this is spawnable. So if it is too dark, mobs will spawn up here. But as for the interior decoration, I will try to get that done between episodes. I'm not great at doing interiors, and also I don't really have many blocks. So I really can't even do all that much. I'll probably just throw down a bunch of chests and barrels and maybe a couple like shelves every so often just to get some kind of stuff in here. But like I said earlier, I like to use a lot of like greenery and plant blocks and stuff like that. I just really don't have access to many at the moment. There is one final thing I would like to do with this house before we call this an episode though. And I'm gonna keep the shaders on, but I want to move our farm and I want to put it right here, like attached to the house. I grabbed a few more barrels and I'm gonna kind of line out where the posts are going to go for the fence, because I figured I would just fence this normally. And then on top of the barrels, let's just throw a few pieces of wood, strip down the spruce bits, of course, and then I'm gonna get rid of these slabs here, and I want to throw down maybe just some oak like this. Maybe we can strip this. All right, I definitely like how this is turning out. Let me grab a few fences. Do I have any? I have 1 oak fence, and I don't really have much oak wood left. Might have to grow a couple trees, but that's fine. Actually, I do not believe I'm going to have to. We had enough fences. I'm gonna put some trapdoors on top of all of these posts, and then the only thing left to do is make all of the ground in here dirt. And I think with that last addition, the house is completely finished. And we have also completed all of the goals for this episode. I have a renewable food source now. We have bread that we can make pretty easily. We have a very starter-worthy mob farm over there, which I actually don't know how well you can see this in the recording because it's pretty dark and I can't use my gamma mod with these shaders. And most importantly, actually I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's most importantly, but whatever. We have a starter house. So that will conclude the very first episode of Hardcore Skyblock. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know down in the comments below if you would like me to make this into a series. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.